All right, art students, welcome back to the drawing table. I was going to do a lesson today, which I'll do later. And the only reason I'm not doing it today is because my neighbors have decided to cut down all of their trees. And the tree choppers have been there since, I think, about 8 o'clock. And it is now 12:12. So a.m., not p.m. now. So you can probably hear the chainsaws in the background, and then whenever the tree falls, they shout, I guess, trying to like get people out the way or whatever. So anyway, and of course you got the machine grinding up the big old branches. You might be able to hear it now. So yeah, I'm not going to try to do a lesson with all that noise in the background. So I decided I'm just going to draw the clown, samurai clown. I put the book up because I was taking on too many things and burning out. So I put him up. I'm working on the Animal Corp. I'm working on my character design book. And of course, YouTube, which I actually have 2 channels. This channel and a kids channel. Plus I do stuff on my Patreon channel. So I guess it's 3 channels. A little too much. So I'm just going to do this samurai clown picture and give you a little bit of lesson, and you can listen to the tree chopping in the background. All right, so standard, simple picture. I'm not going to go all the way down, probably stop at his knees or something because I want the picture to be a little bigger. So for that, I'm going to do the head first. Never do the head first. I'm just going to do that just to see where everything else falls. So I think that's going to be good. Right there, just by the size of the head. So I'm going to do this a little darker because I had Chuck, if I'm not mistaken, his YouTube name or Facebook name, and he was saying how things are dark. You can't really see the red pencil. So I'm going to darken it. I'm going to draw a little darker as I straighten up my camera. And I don't really bear down on the red pencil because a lot of the lines I'm not going to use, and I can erase those. That's one reason why I don't darken too much. So I'm going to try to do it as dark as I can so you can see it without messing up too much. So you have your circle, use your oval, and that's going to be the torso. Try not to make it too long. Sometimes I do make mine too long. Center line. I'm going to do the beetle, because everything is a guideline, has guidelines. If you can follow those guidelines, then you can draw anything in any position. So he's going to be leaning, of course. I already got the shoulders leaned. Now I'm going to do the chest. It's going to be leaning as well. And then the mountain. If you can't do that, do a triangle with the point being right here. All right, so where this comes off, this oval, and where this touches this oval, you want to do a curve, about the same amount of curve as you did right here. Or I could move it out a little bit more to give him a broader chest. So then I would just have to bring this out. Then of course you have your love handles. I would say about right here on this picture, about right here where this comes down at. You don't want to have it here on this line. You want to have it off. And since he is leaning, it's kind of a perspective thing. My perspective point would probably be about right here. So everything else is going to go that way. And since I'm not going to go this far down, I'm not going to have to worry too much about it. So I'm going to cut it right here. I'm going to keep going down, and there is his waist of the crotch. So I want to try to get a little more lean. Let's get a little more lean to it, the whole thing. And then this. Then I want to put that curve right there. Then I'm going to make the upside down house. So you're trying to get your form first. This is one reason I draw lightly until I get my form right. Then I can bear down because those are the lines that I'm going to use. So of course, you know, the collarbone, the arm is coming off the collarbone. I'm going to have it straight down. The bicep, tricep comes right to pretty much about right here. And then, of course, the forearm is going to come down to the crotch. Same thing on the other side. And I'm going to put the legs. Of course, you got to have that. You got to have that balance. So I'm going to bring it in about right there, and see the head is not going to be here. So when you do something like this, you get that curve. You want to bring that head forward. He's kind of like cocking that head, like he's just a bad old thing. So you can do it a lot, or you can just do it just a little bit. So I'm going to do just a little bit. Since you're below the line and you're looking at the picture as the viewer, you're looking at the picture, you want him to kind of be looking down at you because he's above you. And usually what that means is when you're below something, the worm's eye view, you're small, you're insignificant, and that's how you can, if you're drawing a bad guy, you can always put him above the eye line, and then the reader's down here looking up at the guy. That gives him, it makes him look like he's more powerful. And that head is still too big. About right there. And this is what I'm saying about not drawing dark erasers on the floor. I have to get it. Bear with me for a second. Got it. So Chuck, now you know why I don't start out doing dark, because you have to erase, and it does erase, but it does not do as good as it should if it's too dark. All right, so you're going to get a little bit of shoulder. So now I've got my form. I'm going to put a sword in his hand. But that's a small thing. That's a small thing. Now at this point, I can make him look a little while bigger by bringing his lat out a little bit more. I can make this a little thicker, but the clown is not. He's not Captain America. He's not a big guy. He's just a average guy with extraordinary skills. Extraordinary. So from your love handles are your, I don't know why I'm losing. My brain is 5 sentences ahead. Your rib cage comes back around here, and then your love handles are like right here. And they go a little bit around the back. I got to remember that I have them on this little anime lean like that. So your abs are going to come in here. All right, so we got this. Now, I want to bring the chest. So what I'm going to do is just kind of bring that up. And at this point, it's always going to come right to your collarbone. Depends on how much you want to balloon that chest. Like I say, he's not this great, powerful bodybuilder. And the one reason you have this is where the chest curves out and goes up. This is part of the guideline right here. This, because you're above it, it's going to kind of curve down. It's not going to go straight down. You're going to curve down because you're looking up into it. And then it's going to go around. And of course, this point separates the bicep from the tricep. And it sits right in the center of, there's a split kind of right here. And this actually goes up. It comes around, but it goes up into, there's another muscle when you are extremely whatever, not flexible, extremely fit. There's another muscle, and then this one comes. It comes like this somehow, and it goes up between the two. And this one goes around, comes down and around toward the thumb. And then you have some smaller muscles in here. I think this one goes around a little bit more. And of course you have your bicep, your tricep. Tricep meaning double head, I believe. And before I continue this, I don't want it to get too tight. So I'm gonna look at it on the screen and then make sure it's a little loose. It's like my laptop is right here next to me and I'm seeing what I'm drawing. So every now and then I'll have to look at it because I'll be so focused on the paper that I have to look at the laptop to see that I'm doing stuff correctly. Now the chest curves up like this and the tricep goes in, so you're gonna have this little space in between here. There's a little dip, but it will come like this, and then you have that. There's three heads. This one, there's one here, and then there's one in the back. But usually I'll just take this line of this collarbone, and most artists do anyway, and just separate that center right there. So we got this right here, and you're going to come like right to the center of your delts, your shoulder, your traps. Are going to come to the center of your delts. Now he's going to be shirtless, so I'm trying to get the muscles right. And your nipples are going to go on the same line as well. And it's going to come down on that ab line too. So there's always a grid or pattern that helps you to define your muscles. So from here, let me do this in blue to help me. My nose, I don't know what it is. Maybe because I got my window open. Maybe it's all the stuff from the tree falling. Dust. This is going to be from here. I take it from like this point at the base of your neck. From there on down and around, that's going to be your serratus muscles. So you're just going to do like a fang. Serratus muscles. All right, and I'm going to bring this out. Let me get rid of some of these extra lines so I can see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to bring this out and then down. So it's going to go here and then curve out because his abs. I'm 2 sentences ahead of what I'm trying to say. His waist. So let me bring from here to the ears. If your ears are here, you have this muscle line from the neck. And then there is a little, because your traps come up around the neck and leaving this little indentation here. So the traps come like this, leaving that little indentation. Traps come up and around the neck. A lot of times I'll just do this neck and then I'll magically make the traps just be there. Like that. Bring this chest out a little bit more because your chest should pretty much be on the end of this. I'm going to bring this in of the side. And what are we, 14 minutes? I didn't want to get, 30 minutes is the most. If I get to that, then I will speed draw because I'm just going to put his bottom half, his clothes on, and his arm straps, and his sword, and that's just detail. It's about getting the form right first. Then getting the rest. So I'm going to put that little bone right there, and then I'm going to go ahead and put his other abs. And your belly button is going to come under your second set right here. And then from there, you have this one that goes down into your stomach. That one long one, which he may be too long at this point. I don't know. I'd have to walk away. But the one thing, because he's, as I said, he's round like this, you have to keep everything else round as well. And when you get down here, then you start kind of getting on your straight, and then you're going to go down. I was going to do that. That was going to be the video about that. I'll do that in the next video. Yeah. You have to remember, I have to remember he is at an angle. There's that split that I'm saying. And the arm's right, the hand is right here. I'm going to put it on the side because this is just the pose he's taking. Make that a little bigger, or make this a little smaller. As I say, he's not Captain America. He's just average guy with an extraordinary ability. All right, so cutting some of these extra lines out so I can see what I have. And just in case anybody wonders, this is why I use the blue pencil. Sometimes I lost it for a while. I mean, I have a box of them, but I don't like to use it until it's short or pull anyone out. This is so I can keep track of something new on top of the red lines, because I have so many red lines. If I add something new, you won't be able to keep up, and I might not be able to remember why I put this line there, or if that line is important, or whatever else. So on top of that, say like if I was going to do his clothes, if I'm satisfied with the body and I'm going to do the clothes, I can just use a regular pencil to do the clothes. So I think, let me turn this upside down. He is long, so I'm going to shorten him. And the reason I see that is because this line should not be so far down. Close, but I mean, not that long. So I'm going to do this, still have the waist, still have this. And when you turn your body so much, you will see the buttocks. So your legs are going to come up here, and you're going to get just a little buttocks right there, a little teeny. Where did I stop? It's at right here, right here, right here. So the legs are going to come out right there. Yeah, look at it in the mirror. It's not bad. He's a little flat for me. He's a little flat. This is why I don't do boxes. A lot of books will show you to do the box, the character in a box, which is very easy to do, or it is a good start out, easy start out, but you're going to have to take that box and round it off. So why not just start out with your round character in the beginning? That way you won't have to worry about any of that. And I will give him a little bit of rib, get rid of this. I'm still staring at this like it's something. This would have been here and went down. So let me move these over just a little bit, because as I said, everything is up under the nipple. Sometimes I have to catch myself. And I'll round it off while I'm doing it. Nipples here, so I will move this over a little bit. And I will bring this in more. And out. This is, I think, the smallest set. This is a little larger. And this is the largest one. I mean, I could have done another set there, but yeah, not. And the reason I saw that, because I was going to add the extra ribs there. As in the connection right there, which kind of makes you look skinny if done wrong. So since we're under the bottom, I'm gonna get a little bit of that time, 21 minutes of that collarbone right here. And the collarbone is shaped like a bicycle seat. Not a bicycle seat, a bicycle handle. I told you I am 2 sentences ahead of what I'm saying. This is your collarbone. Your neck goes here. Your traps go there. Your head goes there. That's the actual shape of it, but it's just easier to do, the straight line, because it is that much of a bend and it's not that much of a bend. Let me check on, yeah. So just letting you know, it bends down and it goes around. All right, so checking this stuff, since the wrist is going to be up a little bit more, I have to bring this up a little bit more. And that hand right there. This goes down to the thumb. Because that's turned, so that's going to be the wrist. All right, now I'm satisfied with the body, but I'm not going to do any really stuff to it until I sit on it for a few seconds. So what I want to do is the face, and it's been so long since I drew my character that let me look in the mirror again before I even start the face, because I don't want to start erasing. He is leaning so hard. Which is fine, but I think that arm is a little too tight. I want to get him loose, and that's another thing with a lot of beginner artists. Stiff. Stuff comes out stiff. And usually when I draw for myself without teaching, I'll have stuff not as stiff. It's a little bitter, but I'm thinking the head. I don't want to keep being picky because, as I said, after 30 minutes, I want to fast forward the thing or speed draw. I think it's because the chest is too straight. Again, I would have to walk away from it. So when it hits that time, because it is round and I am looking up, maybe it's because I had the chest too straight. Put a little curve to it. That does make it a little better. With the lats, so I'm going to angle this more, angle this in more. All the while I'm trying to make it, give it that curve, that round curve. Because these are like fingers. They all don't go in the same direction. They actually kind of go that way. Like one goes here, one goes here, one goes there, one goes there, and they kind of go down-ish. Notice I say down-ish, ish. Back in the mirror. Better. And of course, this is going to curve up because your lats will fit, your abs will fit up under between that. So you have this open space here. I'm having to school myself. I'm just so used to just drawing and drawing. So when you do your blacks, that will be darker. If this sits on top of this, you're going to have this triangle here. You're going to have the belly button right here, and it's going to come down. So you're going to have this triangle right here as well. You're going to have a diamond, and it gives a little bit of a split. Since that's really, I'm not going to say that's not really an ab. It kind of is, but yeah, let's just leave it at that. So we have this, because this is going to go all the way up here to the side. So you could have that darker space in between there and all the way down here. Which means I'm going to have to give this guy just a little more twist. 28 minutes, 40-some seconds. I don't think I have any cuts in there yet. One more look. I think I might cut the looks out. Maybe. Let me open this up. Or maybe I'll just keep going. 40 minutes. 40 minutes. Let's see what it looks like if I change the leg. If I bring the leg out. I don't want to lose what I already have, but let's just see. It's not too bad, but I like it in more. Bring the buttocks out a little bit more. And then down. Gem for the knee, not a diamond. A little gem for the knee. Comes in and goes back out. But I'm not going to go down that far. I'm going to stop right about there. So what I am going to do is stop and walk away. And that'll give me a chance to pull up my clown. To see, remember the makeup. I kind of know. That's okay. Let's go center of the face. And let's do faces real quick. Everything as I said, it has, I forgot what I just said. Gauge lines to gauge where everything is at. Center, and then center, and you probably already know that. Center, and center of this is your nose. It's supposed to be center of that is your mouth, but I just kind of put the mouth up a little, not that high. Let's just go back. Let's just do it. Center, 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 okay? Mouth, nose. I'll bring that nose down a little bit more. So this chin, okay, you have an eye. You have an eye in the middle, eye here, and an eye there, and that tells you that you're spaced out enough. Now the center of these eyes is the size of your nose, so your nose is going to be that big. Now the center of the eye is where the mouth is going to be coming down. This is the length of your mouth. This is supposed to be like the perfect, perfect size stuff. This also, I believe, is your chin size. So if my head is right here, I got to adjust my chin. Or is it this? Inside of the eye is a chin. I think the inside of the eye is a chin size. And then after the chin size, you start bringing it up, because this is where the mouth goes all the way across. This is where your jawbone turns, unless you have it at a different angle. The jawbone breaks and you bring it down. And of course your ear is like above the eye, right above. It's kind of like eyebrow to nose. Might not see that there. So anyway, I'm just showing you this face, gauging the face before I actually draw the clown. Now I need some light because I'm going blind. And I want to get this face straight, get this face right. So that center line should be right in the center of that chin. I'm going to bring this eye over, because regardless of what I do, my eyes are always crooked. And if it's hard to do something like this for the eye, do this, and then in and in like that. Turn this light off, you might be able to see it a little better. Or just do square or rectangle, and then from this corner in, and from this corner out. And you will kind of have your eyes, and you can just round it off however you please. And I should follow my own advice. The name light again. And my nose. Now, I'm not going to draw the nose because he has the clown nose on. He's geared up. And the one thing about the samurai clown, he never kills without the nose. Excuse me, there's no killing in samurai. There's performing. He never does a performance without the nose. Because that's something, when they make the call, police can't say, oh yeah, he said he's going to kill him. If they're ever being tapped, phone, whatever, being tapped, they have their own special sayings. And I think I'm going to put the eyes over to look at you. Because even though he is somewhat had that head tilt, he's still going to look at you, because you might be part of the next performance. And he's sad, so that's why I gave him that the little sad clown look. And I took this from a panda bear, so the nose is going to come up and go around. So I looked at a panda, and that's what kind of gave me the inspiration, the look of the panda. And if I'm mistaken, I don't know if it's one color or two. I think it's two colors in here. So I would have to have the separate line. That's why I said I haven't done it in a minute. I know we have this over here because this is where the white goes, the mask, and down. And we have the clown, sad clown face, clown mouth. So that's not going to be straight. Give some line expression to the mouth. And comes up here on the chin, because the white comes down under the chin. Where's that line? So the face is going to curve right here, so you're not going to see that. And I think he has a dimpled chin, if I'm not mistaken. And if that's the case, the dimple should be put to the side, Brian, right here, because you have more face over here. So I know this has a, I think it's a black ring around it. Which would be done in pencil. And for those who are new, the book is called Trials of the Samurai Clown. He was an assassin. The whole circus as a group of international assassins, unknown to only assassin groups. They are the top assassin group. Go around the world to assassinate. And this does have it. So he was the top performer, and that's the thing they gauge for who's going to be the top performer by their performances, not only in the circus, but outside in the real world of accomplishing their goals. And he was always the top, and everybody else was jealous of him. And he did, something went wrong. It went wrong in the book, when he was going out to do a performance. And it hit him that he couldn't do this anymore, because all he wanted to become was a clown and make people laugh. When he was young, he was like the class clown, and he would make people laugh. And he got beat up all the time because of that, because he would bring like sock puppets to class, and the bullies would beat him up. So he got tired of getting beat up, so he learned the martial arts. One of the things he always enjoyed looking at when he was young. And the ringmaster just happened to be like in the area. He was doing a little show for a birthday show, and he got attacked, and he like whooped up on these people, and the ringmaster saw that and was like, you know what, this guy's got some skills. So they recruited him into the circus, and that was his thing. Not only just being, he didn't start out like, hey, let me go kill people, but they slowly brought him on to what was happening, and then he got on board because he loved the circus. Rule number one in circus: if you join a circus, you can never leave. So he left. He tattooed his face with this sad clown tattoo, because what he did, he wanted to remember. He would never forget. So it was kind of like, just, what am I saying? He tattooed his face permanently. Well, tattoo is permanent anyway, so that he would never forget what he did. And then he left the circus. So now the circus is after him. Some people love him and some people don't, because the ringmaster, whose word is law, said, when you leave, if you leave, he said dead or alive. Some people want him dead. Some people want to bring him back alive. So he's on the run in plain view, because he always wears this, he can't really remove it. The makeup. Thank you, Brian. Makeup. So yeah, they're after him. He's on the run, and he's like helping people in each episode. But they kind of find out his whereabouts, and then they come after him. So he can't really stay in one place too long. Okay, this is the white. This is his chin, his jawbone. And he cut his hair and he used like a gel. So it's like permanently this way. Oh, why the samurai? Okay, yeah. So everybody has their own weapon in the circus, their own particular weapon. So this is kind of like martial arts, circus, assassin. I don't want to say mystery kind of stories. So he loved the samurai. Like I said, when he learned how to fight, he loved samurai movies. So that was his weapon of choice. He had a wooden samurai when he was attacked. He had it in his trunk, and then he whooped up on the guys, the guys who was attacking him, which impressed the ringmaster, who was in his limo, and he just told his driver to stop. And he talked to this guy, talked to the clown afterwards, and like I said, he recruited him. So that's his weapon, is the samurai sword. But this guy's like a James Bond because he has so many other gadgets. One thing about him is he wears clown shoes. Never takes the clown shoes off because the clown shoes has a whole lot of gadgets in it. He just never takes them off. That's his little stick in the book. Stick, gag. I don't know about you young kids. You young cats probably never heard of that. Stick. What is this stick? His thing. So as I said, that's his thing. He never takes the shoes off because the shoes they have springs. They have like hydraulic springs to help him jump. They have gas to conceal him wherever he's at, or like smoke is like a smoke thing to conceal him. He has like the little shotguns in the very toes because the shoes are like about 12, not 12, about 50, size 15, size 18, whatever clown shoes are. They're big. If his foot is like this, let me show you. Okay, so this is his hips right here. This is his legs. I'm gonna turn him to the side. This is about the size of his shoe, like that. So this comes up, and he has like a little double barrel shotgun here. He has like the heels like a military, and there are springs like compression springs that will help propel him for jumps. He has a gas that will come out the sides to like cover if he's surrounded to run. I think that's a 3. And they're metal. Yeah, they're metal. So when he kicks you, you hurt. You hurt metal toe, not all of it. So he never takes them off. And they fit around like this. They have this little ring around there. And the shoes can't, they don't come off. There's like a code in here that you can, hit to release the shoes, but he never takes them off because he knows that's his main defense. He also has stuff in his sword as well. He's like the throwing knife. Most of the samurai swords have that, but he can take the handle off the hilt. There's poisons, there's antidotes, there's all kind of things that he carries. So like I say, he's like this James Bond. And of course he's got the daisy, which can shoot a number of gases. Anywhere from poison to laughing gas to just all kind of things. And around his belt, he has, if you ever had a BB gun or, the air compression things, he has those on his belt, and each one has a line that will hook to one of his gadgets. He can take that line and hook to the daisy, and the daisy can shoot out whatever gas, liquid, whatever, water, milk, whatever. So I put a lot of thought into this because I like the superhero, but superheroes are getting it's just getting too much. Everybody wants a superhero, and it's got to be so overpowered that nobody can beat this superhero. So I said, I'm going to back it down, and I'm going to do some different type of stories. Hence the clown. All right, so we got his face. I think that's his face. I know that's his face. He's got a little bit of hair up here because I said he cut his hair, and then moosed it with like permanent moose hold. Because before, when he was a clown, the hair would go up. It would be up, like this, like clowns have their hair held up. So he brushed it down. Yeah, that's the clown. All right, it's 46 minutes. If you're enjoying it, then you'll stay for the rest. If you are enjoying it, leave a comment. Leave a comment. Trials of the Samurai Clown, the books are out already. I'll leave the link. I am on books 6 or 7. It's colored. I just have to get it worded, and I have to send it out to get it worded, but I have to find the script. I found it, and I have to rewrite it so that whoever puts the words in will understand what the heck I'm trying to say. All right, so I thought he's got suspenders on because that's what holds the thing, but I don't know if I'm going to put the suspenders on him or not. We'll see when I get to the suspender part. So I'm going to bring these down because this is too much. This is like, yeah, that's too much. It should be like about right here. Bring this in and then out. Let me give him the 6 after all. I don't know. And then that. Let me pause for a second because I need to walk away from this thing and then come back. All right, I think what it is I have, because this is your rib cage. First one starts here. Second one, which would be bigger than the first, wider, and then down here, then you have this. I think I made this too short. I had it long before. I think I might have shortened it too much. I'm saying that's a little better. All right, so put his pants on. He's got these pants that go around it. They're high like this. They come up high and they go around. Okay, so what I was saying about designing, like I took this from Panda. That's part of character design. You know, you can't just throw a cape on somebody in a sparkly suit and say, oh, this is my character. You can, but it won't go very far because you need to know, you know, why did this person do this and what is he doing it for, and you know, where is he located, blah, blah, blah. So that's all part of character design, which I talk about in the character design book, which is finished as far as the writing aspect of it. A lot of the characters that I have drawn on YouTube, I'm going to use and then put some new ones in where they need be. And if I'm not mistaken, his belt is like that. I haven't seen the clown in a minute. Brian, all you have to do is pick up one of your comic books. You are so right. Let me do that. All right, so I had the comic books. This is the clown. Let's just put it this way. I had the comic books. I think this is 3, which is black and white. Started out black and white. And this is 5, which is now in color. Because if you're doing circus, you gotta do a book that's in color. Okay? It's just, that's how it is. All right, so this is the, as I say, this is the clown. I was talking about character design earlier. You know, the clown, I should have had a page. I had to print this out. This is still freshly wet from printing out because I never had I never drew the whole thing in a book, whole body in a book, except book 1. He changed his clothes because he's not walking around in clown clothes other than the making sure I'm still filming. That's what that pause was for. I had to look to make sure I was still filming, except for the shoes. But there's other characters. You know, there's the ringmaster, there's the animal tamer, there's the strong guy, there's the fat lady, there's a fortune teller, there's the knife thrower, there's people that swing on a trapeze. So character design, you're not just doing one character, you're designing a lot of characters, and these characters have to have a life to them. So that's what I was going to say with that. So anyway, yeah, this is his first, this is his newer costume, because at first he had like a gi on, like karate kind of outfit gi, but it's all worn out because he was like a traveler, lone traveler. So yeah, I got the face right. So now you see the face in color. And he only wears the nose when he's going to perform, but he keeps it. It's like a suction cup, and it's just like to the side of his head. And this is, he always, unless he's going to kill or perform, he keeps it on the side of his head. So yeah, that's another little stick from the clown. All right, so as I say, he keeps these in his belt. There's a lot of pressure things. I don't know if I have one in my drawer. Maybe I will look. To keep his chemicals and stuff in it, and each one is go to my Facebook page. You'll see, you learn all about that. Each one has a symbol on it, and the symbol is known to him for what's in it, what's in these cases. And he's got these, you know, wide flare out kind of pants. And of course, he's got his shoes, and again, I'm not going to go down that far. So he's got his sword. He's got his sword, and his sword is called Ozop. His favorite thing was Bozo the clown, so he named his sword after Bozo, but in reverse, B-O-Z-O, so O-Z-O-B. And to my knowledge, that would be Ozop. So, the sword, I used to love samurai swords. I used to collect swords, okay, when I was young. And I don't know the names. Let's just say that I don't know the names of the pieces. Used to, but man, this would be so good if I had more of the things. Hold on, let me give you, if you should have seen this one. If you didn't, you would have saw this one by now. Okay, that's a Ninja Girl inked. So this part, this is string. This is basically, they wrap it around the sword that you can grip. Now this will unwrap for him. Say like if he's falling off of a cliff, he can throw the actual sword into like the stone as like an anchor, and then this will unravel to pull him up. He can pull himself up on that. That's just one of the things about the sword. This piece, it twists over, and inside the handle, he has like his antidotes for poisons and so forth and so on. Yeah, and then of course you have on the side, you have like knives that you can pull out and throw. So as I say, he's like a James Bond kind of clown. He's got so many gadgets that he can get out, which makes him the #1 clown in the circus. All right, so we got this, we got and the handle. So I think from here, I've explained the clown. Like I said, I'll leave a link to where you can check the books out. I've not completely given up on him. I just, when I thought about the Animal Corp, I was like, man, that is so unique. So I had to get that out. I had to at least get that started. As I said, the next chapter is book 6. Book 6 or book 7? I'm working on, the next book is done. I'm working on the other one because I forgot that the other one was not out yet, but it was done. I knew it was done, but I forgot that it was not out. How can you forget you don't even have your own book out? Because I'm doing so many things at one time. So as I said, I'm working on, let's just say the next one is book 6, which is done. I just have to get the words put on there. Book 7 is being worked on. I've got the story, and I'm now doing the thumbnails. And book 7 is going to be a crossover with Eye of the Beholder, aka The Right Eye. I'll get into that one later. So as I say, wait, that's the handle, yeah, and this is the blade. I'm going to fast motion this, and at the end of it, I guess maybe I can explain something if I need to explain it. Oh, he has wristbands, of course, and these are Kevlar X for blocking. If somebody else tries to stab him with a sword, he has this, and of course he has the one on his bicep too. One's on his bicep too. Because it just makes it look cooler, that's all. And I think that's about all you need to know about the clown. If you need to know more, go check out my Facebook page. And I give you details about his weapons and so forth and so on. So, and I want to give him a tattoo. I was thinking about I might put one on him. It's like everybody has a tattoo, but I'll put it on his chest. It would be of a circus tent. I wanted that for everybody. But we'll see. It might not be that big, but it's just going to be a circus tent. It's just, yeah, everybody, you know, like you join the Navy SEALs, you get that Navy SEAL tattoo. You get the circus tent tattoo. But that you'll see in the drawing as I go. So for right now, it's been 1 hour and 7 minutes, but of course I'm cutting that. So you will never see 1 hour and 7 minutes of this drawing. I'm just going to make sure everything is good. Go over it with a pencil. And you can probably hear the trees dropping in the background. These guys must have went to lunch and now they're back. So yeah, let's fast motion it before I start rambling again. All right, guys, I don't know how far I went on the speed motion because I stopped to take a break because somebody had called me on my phone. So I was on my phone and I thought that the camera was still running in fast motion. So I kept drawing because you wouldn't have heard me talk anyway on the phone. And as I wrapped it up, I stood up to turn the camera off, and again, the camera was not on. It was still on pause. And you know, I'm not gonna go off like I did last time, but I don't at this point I don't know. I'm not into editing, so I don't know where it left off. But I did a couple more things, as you see, and I said I'm gonna leave off right here. I'm not gonna ink this today. I'm gonna leave it right here. This is as far as I'm gonna go. And I'm going to sit on it for a day or so, you know, come back and look at it and see what's right and what's not right, and then correct that, and then do a video on inking this. So again, me and the cameras, because I'm camera above and, you know, camera with reference on it, and then camera that I'm talking on. So it's just, yeah, as I said, I'm doing too much. I did say I was going to do Fridays only, Friday evenings for videos, because I have a kids channel and I have the Patreon channel, and I'm still trying to do other things. So that's a little too much. And then with me not being able to turn my camera on and off regularly, my head is just too much running through it. So that's going to be it. I'm going to shut this one down and go see how much mess these guys are doing with the tree cutting. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.